And you were talking about, there was some joke I made about that Disney show or something, the two little elves or two little mice that ran around. But anyway, the thing that's funny, if you guys don't know what really goes on at Politically Incorrect, is there's a guy...
Scott.
Is that Scott?
Yeah, the producer guy with the wild suits?
Right.
Yeah.
I told him, today you look like Al Capone today. He just gave me a look. I didn't know he always wore crazy suits, but he runs out during every commercial and he gooses you. He comes out there and he goes, okay, that was a pretty good segment, but you guys are all on the same team here, so I'll tell you what to do. How about a little strife? How about a little argument?
Well, he comes up to me and he goes, everyone's agreement here. If we don't create conflict, there's no show. You've got to be strong.
So he said, so he's saying this to me during the commercial, and time's running out, and he goes, I'm just giving him that grouper look that I always give. And he goes, okay, the show's going good, but everyone's agreeing with the same thing here. And we got no show, we got no arguments, so why don't you get up there? And I'll tell you what, whatever someone else, when someone says something to you,
disagree.
Just disagree with it. And I paused and I looked at him and I said, no. And then he stopped for a second, and I don't think he knew if I was screwing with his premise by saying no or what he thought. But the time ran out and he ran out anyway.
No, you were doing both.
No, I was screwing with him. But I had a fun time, and it was a good show. And I think it'll be on tomorrow night, right? Filmed it today?
I filmed one that showed up 2 weeks later. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have to check the TV guide. All right, here we go. Ann.
Yeah?
You're 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Interrupt 1 second. Is that not the best show to do other than our show? For television?
That's good. Yeah.
In addition to our show, it's only the show that has some reality.
It's better than our show because it's a half hour.
Right.
Our show takes an hour. You get in and out of there.
But I don't mean that part of it. I mean just the actual premise and the delivery and everything about it.
Yeah, you just sit in there and lock antlers and have a good time, and the half hour, pow, it's gone. Yeah. It is gone, baby.
It's fast.
And it takes a half hour to do.
Yeah.
You walk right out. It's great. And they got fruit, too. Ann?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm about 6 weeks pregnant by he's not really my boyfriend. He moved and then he came and visited me from down south, about 100 or so miles.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm a virgin and no one believes me, but the thing is, when he came and visited me, we were fooling around and he was on top of me and he came on me down there. We were naked. And the thing is, I've only told my 3 friends who are kind of reluctant. They don't really believe me, and...
You mean, so there was absolutely no penetration?
No. Well, no.
Wait, why do you hesitate?
Huh?
Well, why do you hesitate?
Well, I don't... Nothing happened.
There was no penetration, is that correct?
No. No, I'm still a virgin.
Well,
let me, hold on, Drew. Let me talk to the youngin'. Ann?
Uh-huh.
You know, when people go to the airport,
Yeah.
You ever been to the airport?
Yeah.
You know, you have to go through one of those metal detectors?
Yeah.
And it's like a hoop, and you step through it, and it starts beeping if you got your keys on you?
Yeah.
Now, if his penis was a person, and your vagina was that metal detector,
would it have gone off?
And he had a pocket full of nickels.
No, he had a metal ring on the tip of his penis.
He did not go in.
Okay, so he wouldn't have set off the metal detector
No.
even if he had a big thing of janitor's keys.
No. But
you're still, yeah.
I don't know whether I should tell my mom.
All right, hold on. Now we got to explore the other part of this discussion, is how do you know you're pregnant?
Well, I took 2 home pregnancy tests, and they both came up positive. And then after I took that, my friend's mom is a OBGYN, and I asked her, and she said she's only heard of this one time. And
yeah, I agree. It's always been a theoretic possibility, because people call this show and ask if this happens, and what if how many millimeters from the entrance and stuff.
Yeah, well,
but there is such a thing.
Yeah, I mean, he never entered me,
Did he try?
No.
He didn't?
We were kind of just fooling around. And
well, how did he reach orgasm?
He just, we were fooling around. It came,
Were you touching him?
Yeah.
And so when he had his orgasm, you were touching his penis?
Yeah.
And so it must have had a little space between the two of you, right?
Well, after that, we're just laying there. I mean, we're like making out, and
yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah. Are you a real heavy sleeper? Just playing a theory here.
No.
Were you intoxicated at the time?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Hold on. Let me talk to my partner.
Was he on top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it probably ran down in between.
Yeah, it's still exceedingly, it's unheard
But
of.
it can happen.
It's a theoretic possibility, yes.
Right.
Yeah, I to tell you the truth, I'm not sure if we know how possible it is.
It's exceedingly rare, and as she spoke to an obstetrician who had heard of one case. Now I'm hearing of one case.
Yeah, Sherry told me that, which is the OBGYN, she told me that it can happen, and sperm does sometimes find its way.
Yes.
All right. That's great. And probably the only thing this guy does well is sperm finding its way, if you think about it. Well, how old is this guy?
He's 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so now what are you going to do?
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether I should tell my mom. I don't know if she'll believe me. I don't know. I
You
don't.
have to tell somebody, right? Are you going to plan to get an abortion, or what are you doing?
Hold on a second. It's not like a wind kicked up, raced through his hamper, and flew into your vagina while you were studying the Bible. Who cares whether she believes you or not? Because the reality is there's one of two truths. Either you're having intercourse with a guy, or you're whacking off some guy who was naked on your belly. I mean,
What's the difference?
Tell you the truth, I'd rather my daughter just had intercourse. This sounds a little more devious to me. Were you trying to save your virginity?
Yeah, till marriage.
Well, you have to be honest with people. That's all. If they don't choose to accept it, that's the way it goes. But what are you planning to do with pregnancy?
I'm not sure. I can't support it right now, and I don't know. I'm kind of hesitating if I should tell Matt, which was the guy that came up.
Well, but your mom, is she somebody you could feel confident would have...
Not really.
What would happen when she found out?
I'm not sure. I don't think she'd let me live here anymore.
Really?
Why? You living there temporarily, or did you move somewhere else?
No, I think she'd kick me out.
I don't think she has the right to do that.
No.
Well, probably living with my grandmother, which wouldn't...
Why? Has she threatened that before?
Before, once.
When you did what?
When I was younger, I would just had this attitude problem.
All right. You want to get an abortion?
I don't know. I think that I'm considering it.
Well, you have the option to do that without your parents' involvement. I think certainly this is an extremely difficult thing, and to have your parents involved would be a good thing for you. If you choose to go the adoption route,
you
obviously
say parents plural.
Yeah, mom. Okay, mom.
I'm guessing Dad ain't around. Was that? Is your dad around?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
What?
I don't want to tell him.
Okay, good.
So that's not even an option. Just let him know.
Okay. Now listen, get an abortion. I know you don't like that, Drew, but I do. We'll live in a better society. She can't raise this kid. Look at the guy's 15. And listen.
Adoption's an option. But
listen, if you're going to let guys whack off on your belly, don't bother about the saving the virginity for your marriage thing. It's really not what we had in mind or what he had in mind. It really isn't. That's not what he had in mind.
Yeah.
You understand the technicalities? He'd be pissed just like my gym coach was pissed, Mr. Saponzi, when I was in the 8th grade, and I came running out in blue jeans, and he yelled at me, "Get inside and put some gym trunks on," and then I came running back outside with the gym trunks pulled over my blue jeans.
Right.
See, now technically I ran in and put on I put on trunks.
Yeah.
But he was still pissed.
Yeah.
So think of Mr. Saponzi as God, and think of my gym shorts as this guy's sperm.
Yeah,
right, Drew?
Yeah, the virginity thing. Why are these...
Get off, Dina.
Uh-oh.
No, it's us.
Charles.
Yeah?
It's not Dina.
Oh, sorry.
What's going on? Who's that, your sister?
Yeah, she's been trying to get me off.
I didn't know anyone named anyone Dina anymore. That's nice. Don't name your daughter Cammy or Tammy. That's trouble.
Brandy?
Ooh. I'll write that one down, too. You know, if I ever have a kid and it's a daughter or a boy, you know what I'm going to do with my wife? Like most people, they pick out names. I'm going to have a whole big long list of names that they can't be, and then you can go ahead and pick. If it's not on this list, I don't care what you call her. You call her Engelbert. I don't care. But it can't be Tammy or Cammy or Brandy.
Those sounds like porn star names.
Right, or Dina, because Dina quickly turns to Deanie.
Or Dee Dee.
Ooh. All right,
That's
Charles.
Like some fat chick.
Charles, what's up?
That's right. Go ahead.
Well, my dad, about 2-3 days ago, I was on his computer, and I was looking I clicked on in AOL on File Manager, and there was an email there that it sounded like he was like writing to this woman online, and it was like my central eyes want to have fun sometime and that stuff. And then I told my sister, and the next day I found out she told my mom.
See, this is why you can't tell women anything.
Yeah. And then
Charles learned a valuable lesson at the age of 14.
Yeah,
and then my mom asked my dad about it, and then he started saying that I was lying, that I had wrote it and made it up, and
good, yeah,
all
sure.
this stuff. And then I was like, no, I didn't, and all that. And
I don't know. You may have to take one for the team here, Charles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You may have to just eat one for Dad.
But then
he admitted it.
No, well, yeah, actually he did. He said that he's writing it for one of his friends.
That's good. It's always nice when you change your story.
But he may be just screwing around online, you know?
Yeah.
It may not be as actually having
But
an affair.
actually, this lady lives in Phoenix, where I live. He was writing how you like Phoenix and all that. And then
How long your folks been married?
It's going to be like 14, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he got mad at us, and he's up on a mountain in Prescott camping. And he's not coming back for like a week.
Dad sounds pretty weak. I mean, in sort of a general sense.
Well, it's sort of a cowardly thing to do.
Bush League. It's just Bush. Yeah.
Yeah, he's, first he tries to pin it on his 14-year-old kid.
Inexcusable.
Who's
right there.
You got a retainer, Charles?
No.
What, you got a Starburst in your mouth?
Lifesaver.
All right, would you spit it out, for Christ's sake? You're on national radio.
Okay, fine.
All right. Jesus. Now I lost my train of thought. So he tries to spit it on his candy-sucking 14-year-old, and then when that doesn't work, he says he's writing it for a friend. And by the way, everybody, you only get one story.
Yeah.
You know what you do with that one story? You ride it like a mule until it dies. You don't shift gears. He didn't find it, and then you go to, I was writing it for someone else.
Another story.
Yeah, you're right up there with O.J. I don't own any Bruno Mali shoes. Oh, really? Here's some pictures of you in Bruno Mali shoes. Yeah. Those were doctored up.
and then it's hey, you guys are bugging me too much now with this. You're really, bumming my high.
I got to go up to a mountain and whack off.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
All right, Charles, listen. First off, you learn two valuable lessons, which is you don't want to know what your parents are doing. Believe you me.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me. That's one thing the Carollas taught me well. I don't want to know what my folks are doing. I still don't want to know what they're doing. And number two, once you found out what they were doing, you told a woman. And women got to talk. They can't help it.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's why there's not that many women secret agents. They gab too much. Except for the ones that have to have sex with people to get good information out of them. All right, anyway, Charles, this is something, I think you, your sister, and your mom ought to have a little powwow while this guy's up on the mountain and figure out what your next move is.
Well, it's up to, it's between mom and dad. You got to stay out of it.
Right. All right. Sorry. Charles sounds like a good kid, though.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Tossy? Tozy?
Oh, yeah?
Are you Tozy?
Yeah, Tozy.
That's nice. That's a nice name. What's your nationality?
I'm white.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Where do your ancestors come from?
I don't know, Europe or something. Anyway, yeah. So, my problem is that I have this friend, and his dad he thinks he's a teenager, and he likes to get me and all my friends drunk and stuff.
Uh-oh. I'm going with Eastern Europe.
Yeah, and my friend he invited me and my two friends over. Actually, I brought my friend, and then I brought my other friend so that I wouldn't have to be alone with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go and we get really drunk, and one of my friends gets us his son, and then my other friend is just drunk and she's just doing whatever, and they left me alone with him. Oh, I kicked his ass for it. Oh, shut up! And I got really really drunk. I've never thrown up before from getting drunk, but like I threw up, and like my stomach hurt really bad, and so I went and I laid down on my friend's bed, and like I unbuttoned like my jeans because like my stomach hurt, and I tried to go to sleep. Right.
I'm going with Poland now. I've narrowed it down. Go ahead, Tozy.
Anyway, and so I'm like really sick, and I just totally like passed out, and like his dad comes in, and he's like, "Come on, come in my room," and he starts picking up, and I go, "No," and then like after that, I was like really sick. I like couldn't move, and like he like took off my pants and my underwear, and like he like, it was so gross. He like went down on me, and he was like 40 years old, and it was really gross, and ew.
Okay, I think you should tell the police, frankly.
The police?
Yes.
How long ago did this happen?
It happened like 2 weeks ago.
Because this is a rape, a sexual assault, and this guy is what in this state is called contributing to the delinquency of a minor. He's getting you drunk at 14. He's 40. This is criminal and outlandish behavior, Tozy. It may seem like fun and games right now, but this is serious S, and it is not okay.
Hey,
I think you just tell your dad and watch what happens.
Tozy, did you say this guy...
Dad.
Hold on, I got to peel Drew off the floor.
Shocked.
He's shocked and outraged. Died in the war?
No.
No.
No, he killed himself.
Oh, boy. All right. Wait a minute. Tozy?
Yeah.
All right, let's just... we'll wrap it up before we go to break.
Okay.
Your dad killed himself. How old were you?
I was 1.
Okay, so that's horrible. And how's your mom?
I don't live with her anymore because I ran away, and I'm living with my friend because she yells too much.
Does she hit you, too?
No, I won't let her. My brother sticks up for me.
She tries to hit you?
Yeah.
How many brothers or sisters do you have?
I have 1 older brother and 1 little sister.
Okay.
Did your mom bring around other guys after your dad died who were
Yeah, a lot.
troublesome?
Yeah.
Well, what's going on with that little sister? Where's she?
She's at my house. She's my half sister. She has a different dad.
Another shocking...
True. Oh, I got to peel him off the floor 2 times in a row. So, Tozy, this guy, did you say he was a father of a friend of yours?
Yeah, he was the dad of one of my guy friends.
You just got it. You got to tell.
And there's no mom around there?
No.
No, so it's just like father and son team?
Yeah.
You've got to tell somebody in authority.
Would you quiet down, Drew? And how old is... And don't get weird just because we got those people in Denver got pissed off at you.
No, it's not weird. This.
I understand. No, I'm
He's
just
doing
saying,
this stuff.
I know, but don't overcompensate. Let me just talk to her for a second. Is how old is the son? Is he your age?
He's 16.
He's 16.
16 or 17, yeah.
Yeah. So you're hanging around with the 16, 17-year-old guys, and you're going over to the house even though you know this guy gave you the heebie-jeebies beforehand.
Well, I didn't think he would actually do anything.
Right.
And he did.
Right. Okay. So this, Tozy.
Yeah.
This guy is a criminal. I mean, he's really a big-time criminal. And you have to report this, not only for you, but for everyone else.
The other people he's victimizing.
Believe me, this is no hobby.
But, like, he thinks that, like, it's not a big deal. Like, he called me.
Tozy, it's a huge deal.
Who called you?
He did.
The father?
Yeah.
Well, what did he say?
He had my friend call that doesn't know what happened, and, like, he picked up the phone, and he was like, hey, baby, blah, blah, and I was like, I have to go, and I hung up.
Yeah, well, I think he is trying to feel you out. I mean, not physically, but emotionally, and see where you are. Because I think he's scared.
Well, I think he's, no, I think he's serving up for the next chorus.
No, yeah, nah, I don't know. I think he's
doing both. He's probably doing both.
I think he's thinking, I wonder if she's freaked out or spooked or she remembers and if she's going to tell anybody, and he may have sobered up and
well, then he's also going to continue his controlling ways and try to, manipulate her into something else, and then maybe some more.
Tozy.
If I call the police, my friend will, I don't know where he'd go if his dad goes to jail.
He'd go to a better place. Believe me. He's living with a wolf.
Okay.
Tozy.
Yeah.
Please call the police.
Or somebody. Tell an authority, okay?
Tell somebody.
Somebody at school, somebody's parent, somebody, okay?
Okay.
All right. Oh, boy. Okay, everybody. See, Mama? See what you get? Oh, they got a nice young'un at home, too. Nice young one. Probably 5, 6 years old. Nice little girl. A little stepdad coming over. I swear to God, I just want to take a flamethrower and just just clean this country out like a ship that's filled with rats and roaches.
You need to have kids too, and then you're even going to be more fueled about this.
I mean, I'm outraged. I'm outraged. I could be the father of the Partridge Family. That's how outraged I am. And I don't even like kids. Do I?
No.
No. Okay.
Loveline's phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back.
And this is because I told him some stuff about my past, and I told him because I was trying to be truthful.
And what was that something?
That I cheated on my last boyfriend.
So he's convinced that's how. Did that end that relationship?
No, because I never ended up telling him.
So he's convinced you're going to do that in this relationship?
I think that's what yeah.
How'd your last relationship end?
I don't know. It was kind of weird. We both just kind of decided that there wasn't anything.
Who were you cheating with?
Who was I cheating on him with?
Yeah.
Just some guy at school.
Friend of his?
Not a friend. I mean, I think he knows who it was. Or he would know him.
Was this in high school?
No, this is college.
College. Having sex with both guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long into the relationship did you start the cheating process? Approximately?
It was probably about a year after.
How long did it go on for?
It was only, he went away for about a semester.
It was during that semester?
Yeah.
Well, that's understandable.
And it wasn't even like a relationship thing. It was like a one-night thing.
One-night thing that you did 47 times?
No, just once.
Just once?
Yeah.
It was while he was away.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I try and justify it too.
But it's not a cheater pattern. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, right.
It's not, it's understandable. It might shake him down a little bit.
It's more hoe pattern than it is cheater pattern. Oh, just trying to have a good time here.
Yeah.
And, so you made the mistake of being forthright with your current guy. Ladies, do you listen to this show, Julie?
Yes, I do.
All right. Now, how many times have you heard me say not to tell any truths to your man?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm trying to get out of that. And I think that was
why? There's nothing in it.
Because the lies and the secrets kind of...
That's because you were cheating. Of course you got to lie when you're cheating.
Right, but...
You can't be forthright when you're banging somebody else. But if you're not cheating, then you don't have to say anything, do you?
Right.
All right. I understand your heart was in the right place. I don't mean to come down on you too hard. It's just, here's the problem with guys. How old is your new guy?
He's a year younger than I am.
Oh, that's even some 19-year-old guys running around. Not only, believe me, he doesn't like the idea that you cheated. He doesn't even like the idea that you just sort of had a one-night thing with this guy either.
Or that you had a boyfriend.
Or that you had a boyfriend before him. 19-year-old guys really spend a lot of time thinking about this.
Yeah.
When you get older, it's like, okay, just don't bang her while I'm banging her, and everyone's going to get along fine. But when you're 19... You get really obsessed with like old boyfriends. I could remember, Drew, like with my first girlfriend, looking through like, the photo album.
Oh,
that was a big deal. The photo. Once in a while, like the photo album would come out for some reason. Like they'd be moving.
Who is this?
What's this?
Who's this guy?
Who's this guy with the boutonniere?
Exactly.
The guy with the mutton chops.
Oh, look at that big smile, that big ass-eating grin he's got on. Oh, yeah, it's got the mutton chop. That's your generation. He's got the Carl Yastrzemski mutton chops and the boutonniere on and the big velvet bow tie, and they're standing in front of a Zeppelin poster, and they're on their way to the prom, and, we banged her that night, too.
We started tonight talking about biological reasons for why humans behave certain ways, and you can see how in primate systems the young male primates need to be predominant. They need to be sure that their sperm prevails in the procreative process.
Right. When you get to be my age, you just want to...
You're no longer good for procreation, all right? Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
No. Drew, do you understand when a comedian says something like, yeah, when you get to be my age, you just...
You're not doing stand-up by yourself. There's two people here. I understand that, but for Christ's sake, you can do it together.
Jesus Christ. You can't do it together if you're talking over the punchline.
I'm not talking over the punchline. I'm highlighting a point that allows you to deliver the damn punchline.
Julie?
Yes.
Listen, we got bigger problems over here than you and this cheating.
Yeah, I can see.
I got a partner over here. He's like an anchor I got to drag around strapped to my ass. All right, Julie. What? All right.
But see, I was trying to do the.
All right. Here, listen. He'll try. I understand. The motives were pure. He'll trust you if you don't give him any reason not to trust you past this. You know what I'm saying? Tell him to get over it.
Okay.
That's all. Don't worry. Another theory I have is guys want to be put in line a lot of the time. They do.
Mm-hmm.
Look them in the eye and tell them, listen, I'm young. I'm enjoying myself. There's nothing to do with us. Something that happened in the past. I told you because I trust you and I want you to trust me. Now move on and get over it. Try to act a little older than 19. And then probably will. Amy.
Hi.
You're 16.
Yes. First of all, I'd like to apologize. I'm completely petrified, and so my voice might be a little shaky.
That's all right.
Okay, well, my question is, I'm 3 months pregnant, and my boyfriend and I have decided to put the baby up for adoption. And the thing is that I'm pagan as well as vegan, and I've been working with several agencies, but they just don't meet my criteria.
Your criteria?
My criteria.
In terms of how you select the parents?
It's not that they're bad parents. It's not there's anything wrong with them. It's just since I'm not keeping the baby, the only way I can feel comfortable is to place it in a home where they'll parent such as I would.
Which is what?
You're
16, Amy. Please.
Open-minded as well as structured. And I'm not. I don't even know if this is like the right place to call, but my mom suggested I do so. And
that means an open relationship with the parents too.
Yeah.
That's trouble. That's where the pagan vegan thing came in.
Actually, she's Christian. I went to Catholic school. We just now got close. We stopped problems.
She's compensating for them.
Yeah.
I see. Your mom forced Catholicism on you, so you went pagan.
It might be part of it.
Yeah, I think it is. All right, hey, what do you do? Hold on a second. What do you do as a pagan?
It's not what you do. It's just the concept of love and love for all the creatures on the earth.
Really?
In my eyes. I mean, it would depend on the pagan, but I don't believe in organized religion.
Are there any rituals involved with the pagan religion?
I started out as a Wiccan, but just decided to move away from that and create my own.
You lost some weight and it kicked you out?
No.
Those Wiccans are fat. That'd change the name Wiccan to fatten.
Well, that is a stereotype, but...
Oh, it's a good one, too.
No.
Believe me, all stereotypes are true. That's how they got started.
That is incorrect.
Hold on, let me try some stereotypes on Drew that don't make sense. Boy, those Germans, man, they don't know how to drive. Huh?
Well, what are you talking about?
Does that make any sense to you?
They're going to make cars.
I'll tell you, those Polacks, the Polish guys, man, can they play basketball. Great dancers? Nope.
No.
No, let's see. The Italians, very thrifty. Cheap, those mothers. They steal a piece of corn off a bingo card and try to sell it somewhere. They're cheap, those idies. Huh?
Nope.
No. I wonder how those stereotypes got started. There must be some guy sitting up on a mountain that just passes them down every once in a while.
Enough to make people feel bad.
Yeah. They're not rooted in any kind of truth at all, are they?
Adam, I'll give you this. You are funny.
All right, thank you.
I enjoy the show a lot.
Oh, God bless you. All right, so...
Well, let's talk just some more. We got to go to break.
We got to go to break. But this is good, because you're pagan and you're vegan, and you're pregnant.
Yes.
And you want to give the kid up for adoption, but you want to do one of these open adoption things, and you want to have some say over it. You don't want the kid, being weaned on jerky and Jesus.
No.
Okay. All right, this is good. And by the way, I heard a PSA, a public service announcement for open adoption.
Yeah.
Keep track of your kid. Keep a relationship for your kid. What the F is this?
Yeah, it's the new thing. It's not so new anymore, but it's been around.
What kind of this is a retarded notion. I'll give my kid over to you, and then I'll come by on the weekend and freak the kid out.
Confuse the kid.
Listen, either you can take care of the kid or you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do? You like go out of town and your dog bites people. What do? Take your dog, drop it over to another family's house, and just come over and throw the Frisbee to it on the weekend, then go back home? Yeah, go ahead and feed it and clean the crap up. I'll come over once a week with some kibble. It's a retarded idea, isn't it, Drew? Yes, it is. Thank you.
You have 5 seconds.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Back in a minute.
6 foot. Would you turn that junk down? Thank you. He may look at me and said, I wouldn't count on it. I was like 9.
Surprised you understood what football was.
Good. Kiss my ass.
Game yet?
I'm 6'2". Isn't that funny? You know, let me explain how life is supposed to work. When you ask your dad when you're 9 if you think you'll be 6 foot tall, he's supposed to say, "Oh yeah,
at least."
I know, at least 6. And then the reality is you're supposed to be 5'10".
Yeah.
He's not supposed to go, no one in the family's that tall. I wouldn't count on it. And then you're 6'2". That's a great thing about the Carollas. Always keeping both feet squarely planted on the ground.
So, Amy.
Yes.
How many different agencies have you spoken to about finding an open-minded?
Working with 5.
5 different ones.
It just seems that most of them are Christian and just a little old-fashioned. It means like, say my child wanted a mohawk, or say
Actually,
my
may
child...
use the F word in there, but go ahead. Hey,
No F word?
What'd you say? Oh,
I said, say my child wanted a mohawk.
Before that.
No.
No, I swear I didn't say the F word.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You used an expletive. You said,
like you dropped the phone or something.
Oh, gosh, I guess it was my hand. I'm sorry.
All right.
Very sorry, actually.
Okay.
Just say my child wanted a mohawk or was 5 minutes late. It just seems these kind of parents wouldn't be too understanding and would punish instead of talk to them.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, yes.
Let's get a little background on you. Mom and Dad still married?
No.
No. Where's Dad?
I live with my dad, actually.
Mm-hmm. And you're both parents pretty religious?
My mom is.
Extremely.
Extremely?
Midway in between.
Anything ever happen? Anybody ever touch you, do anything?
Not until later. Not until I was about 14.
Mm-hmm. Who was that? Priest?
No, alcoholic coma, and I was with some people I shouldn't have been with.
Alcoholic coma?
Yeah.
Who, you were in one?
Yeah.
How do you know if someone grabbed you if you're in alcoholic coma?
That's what people told me.
Oh.
So I had marks, but...
Why were you in alcoholic coma at 14?
It was my first time drinking, and I wasn't
All right.
childish.
I'll buy that. And so your folks kind of cram religion up your tuchus, and now you're rebelling.
Trying not to, but it's...
Were they punishing also? I mean, physically abusive?
No. Just very... My mom was slightly verbal, but... And I don't know if I'm just overreacting or what.
All right,
you're reacting to something.
Yeah, there's some kind of compensation going on. But you're vegan, which means you can't drink milk or eat cottage cheese or...
Or eggs.
Or eggs. Or what?
Or honey.
Ooh, honey. No. You vegans are just going to vegan your asses right off the food table. No, honey, please.
Yeah.
What the hell? Are you worried about exploiting bees?
I don't kill insects either.
Well, yeah, but listen. First off, you got to shack up with me. Have you smoking a pack of cigarettes and eating
smoke, but I quit.
big jerky pie with me?
Oh, no.
All right, well, why can't you eat honey if you're vegan?
I believe it exploits bees, as you said. I don't believe that anything's here on the earth for us to use.
What?
How about the food chain that we were a part of at one time?
Well, actually, the human body is a vegan.
Don't screw with her here. She's got a theory. How do you?
Got a couple.
Well, what do you do? Do you
By
work?
the way, that's not true, Amy. That's not true.
Do you work?
Yes, I work.
Where do you work?
I work at Jabberwocky Java over in Los Alamitos.
And how do you get around?
I don't drive yet. Working towards that.
Well, no, wait a minute. You can't drive. You know why? That stuff's made of dinosaurs. You don't think they were here just to fuel your Vega, do you?
How are they made of dinosaurs?
Vega vegan. That's what gasoline is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've already passed away.
Yeah, but you're exploiting them.
Oh, not in my belief.
Hey, how would you like it if someone dug your ass up and shoved it in their fuel tank several thousand years from now? You wouldn't be excited about that.
Well, that's not to my doing. I don't know. It's a point.
She just adjusts her gestural theory however it suits her. So.
Oh, well, all right. Anyway, Amy?
Yeah.
Wow, doesn't want to exploit bees.
No.
Wow, that's really nut job. That's really nut job material there, Amy. I got news for you. Hey, what about you eat plants?
Yes.
Now, what about like ants and stuff that like crawl around and they irrigate the little plants? You know, they do. The bees, by the way, don't the bees have to pollinate certain plants and things like that?
Sure, and don't you have to eat organically grown goods only?
I don't take it to that extent.
That's bee exploitation.
I mean, anything grown you go in the grocery store is all pesticides and organophosphates and killing Mother Nature.
Well, it may sound like I'm totally like off the wall with it, but honestly, I'm not. I don't have any friends who are.
All right.
My boyfriend needs meat, so does my
Good.
son.
All right. Don't stop screwing with her, Drew. Leave the cow alone. So you want to give the kid up for an open adoption, but you want it to be a vegan, pagan family.
Yes.
Now, that's going to be a tall order because most of those folks live off welfare and smoke weed. You're going to have folks like that are, you know what I mean? You're going to have a hard time finding those people who want kids. They're trying to give away their kids too. You guys run into each other in the hall. Hey, you vegan? Yeah. You pagan? Yeah. You want a kid? Hey, I'm trying to get rid of mine.
Well, the good-hearted ones aren't like that.
All right. I don't know how much say they give you. Do they?
Yeah, they let you pick the parents.
They let you pick the parents?
Yes.
All right, Amy.
But first of all, screwing around with you enough. God bless you for seeing this pregnancy through. You didn't have to do that. You have an option in this country not to do that today, and you should be applauded for sacrificing your body, 9 months, and your feelings, because it's going to be tough. It's tough to give a child up.
Well, how do you do the open adoption thing? Do you keep tabs on the kid?
I don't want to do that, actually.
Good.
Another thing that Amy gets applauded for.
So you're just going to give the kid away?
Give the kid away.
All right.
And I want it to know background on me just so it has like a medical reference, but
Yeah, it's good.
Let me explain something to you, Amy.
I wouldn't want to traumatize.
That all sounds good.
Yeah, good
All right,
for you, Amy.
Let me tell you. Let me shoot one quick hole in your logic and explain why you should give your kid away to chain-smoking Jehovah's Witnesses.
Because that's how they end up vegan, pagan.
That's right. You know why you're vegan right now and pagan?
Why?
Because your folks are God-fearing Christians.
Not vegan.
No, but Anna's point is if you give your child to a pagan vegan, that child's going to end up a born-again Christian.
You understand?
I do understand. A lot of people have told me that.
No, absolutely. Let me tell you, if my mom was into the Wicca and the pagan and the vegan, the second I went to college at 18, I'd get a job at a meat packing plant, and I would embrace Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior.
The closer you are to neutral, the less compensation you're going to see from a child. You're way down here, child's going to be up here.
Right. Drew's drawing a little thing out, but that's a good point. That's why, yeah, absolutely.
You're doing something off the scale a little bit. The child will, there's energy around that, and the child will react.
All right. So, Amy, find some loving people who are going to be good parents, and don't worry about their religious affiliation. Mike.
Yes.
You're 27.
How you doing?
Good.
I actually have two questions, but the first of which I need to know. I've been taking three different medications a day for something called bipolar disorder, and since then, I've had little or no sex drive.
Well, that's characteristic of the serotonin reuptake inhibitors, Paxil, Prozac, Zoloft. You got one of those?
I'm on 25 of Zoloft.
Okay, well, that's what's doing it, among other things. So what are you on, valproic acid or lithium?
Depakote.
Depakote is valproic acid.
Oh, okay. And then trazodone.
Yeah, trazodone can decrease your sex drive, though it tends not to. That's mostly a sleeping medication.
Why do you need so many of them?
I don't know.
He probably tended to be depressed more than manic. With bipolar is if you give them an antidepressant, sometimes you precipitate a mania. So you have to give them a mood.
That's what they said, yeah.
You have to give them a mood stabilizer, an anti-epileptic medication like Depakote to keep the lid on it, so you can raise their mood up. And if he's very agitated and having trouble sleeping, then you add something for that also.
Doesn't, when he's having trouble sleeping, doesn't the colonel just come over and bring a few hookers, and then he shoots the TV set and goes to bed? Well, we got a whole generation of Elvises growing up here. How many prescription drugs can this society be on at once?
I feel like a pharmacist.
All right. Well, here's the deal, Mike. You talk to your psychiatrist about the possibility of switching the Zoloft to something called Serazone, which is a similar drug but tends not to decrease the sex drive, or adding Wellbutrin to your therapy. These are easy modalities that tend to restore sex drive, okay?
Okay, is there anything like an aphrodisiac I can take? Like a
Mike, those are the ways you have a pharmacological side effect. The only way it's going to get better is with adjusting the pharmacology.
Okay, last question.
Hey, Mike, let me ask Drew a quick question.
Okay. Yeah.
When those pills exit your body, do they exit your body?
Yes.
Meaning,
or some of them are broken down by the liver into other things and then exit the body.
Via the urine?
Or in the feces sometimes. Depending
I'm
on
saying
what the
Mike got a crap in a bag and sells feces at a park.
I think his urine would bring more.
Oh, urine?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't smoke that.
Oh, I see.
You'd have to drink that like one of them yogis.
Mm.
All right,
Try into a powder and sniff it.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How bad is it to drink alcohol on the Depakote?
Depends if you're having any. Depakote is a liver toxic medicine. I'm sure they're testing your liver enzymes regularly, and to the extent that your liver is okay, if you're not having a reaction, you can drink minimal amounts of alcohol without any concerns.
How do they check your liver enzymes?
Blood test.
It all show there?
It all shows there. That's the only way. Liver will enlarge, too, with Depakote sometimes. So.
How do they know if your liver enlarges?
You push on it.
That's it?
Yeah, most psychiatrists don't do that exam, though.
Most who?
Psychiatrists.
Oh, I see. Do they remember what your liver felt like last time?
Yeah, they're doctors. Oh, you mean, yeah, oh, sure, I would. I mean, absolutely.
You'd know if someone's liver blew up?
Oh, and you always document that. Sure, of course.
What do you mean you document it?
When you write a medical record, that's one of the it would be sort of malpractice not to comment on the liver if that's what you were following somebody for Depakote.
Okay, can you talk about the liver when it's in the room?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Loveline. Be right back in a minute. Line on 92.1 KFMA.
All right, we're going to break some off. Is that right how it goes?
Something proper.
All right, well, in 10 seconds. Yeah.
This is Loveline on
radio station
92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
Hey there, kiddies. Is a Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Ready to rock on here, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
All righty, then. Huh?
Yep.
Okay. Sarah,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
I have a question. I have a daughter, and she's 10 months old, and me and her dad are broke up. And I was wondering, how can you tell if somebody will be good or...
If you like him, we got a problem. What'd you say?
Yeah. Hey, Sarah?
Yeah?
Try not to use the S word there,
Sorry.
would you? It's a radio. Yeah, if you like him...
A lot,
and you're really attracted to him, then you shouldn't be seen with him.
Why?
Well, because we don't trust you.
Why's that?
Because you make bad decisions when it comes to guys. Where's the first guy?
He's in L.A.
Uh-huh. How old is he?
26.
Okay. You were really
you
into
met
him.
him when you were how old?
15.
Mm-hmm. And he was 25. 15 and 25, 24 there?
He was 22.
22.
At the age 4 years in 2 years.
Well, he had a birthday right after we met, so...
Uh-huh. So he's 20...
Or he was 23.
Okay.
So he's 24. All right. 24, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a kid with him.
Yeah.
Now, what's he doing in L.A.?
Nothing, really. He's just working, but...
Why is he not around?
Well, he went to jail, and then he
wait a minute. Oh,
shocking.
How lucky. Drew, we were so lucky to guess that.
Yes.
What?
That the kind of guy you would get involved with.
No, well, he didn't go to jail. See, he was sleeping with my friend, and he didn't want...
Sarah, you're making our case for us very nicely. Go ahead.
No, he didn't want to be with her no more, and she was getting all pissed off, and they got in this fight, and he ended up hitting her because she hit him first, and he hit her back.
Right.
Oh,
keep going,
yes.
baby.
It's all her fault.
Just
I was
keep
there.
digging.
I saw it. I was there.
Uh-huh.
And anyway, so he went to jail, and he got out on OR, and he jumped bail kind of thing.
Okay, so he's an all right guy, this guy, right?
Well,
Just
not
a
really.
physically abusive fugitive
Well,
from the law.
Well, he's just banging her friend a little bit, and he smacked her a little bit afterwards.
Just a fugitive from the law. Yeah.
Right, and he's having sex with minors at 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what.
But other than that, he's a pretty decent guy?
Huh?
Other than that, he's a decent guy?
Yeah, he's a good dad. Well, he was a good dad when he was around, but...
Great dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the kid's what, 10 months?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you want him to do?
hang around for 18 years.
Hold his hand while he walks through the corridors of the college. I mean, come on. The kid's got to spread his wings once in a while,
He was
doesn't he?
around there full 6 months.
Yeah, you can't suffocate a kid that way. You go gay on you, you know?
Anyway, I was just wondering about, like, future boyfriends, how you can tell if they're...
You can. We can. If you don't like them, I want you to be with them. If you like them, don't be with them.
That's what we're telling you,
That's
Sarah.
our strategy for you. It's very
If
unique.
he seems like an exciting, really attractive guy, not good.
Right.
You want boring, stable.
Where's your dad? What prison's he in?
He's not in jail.
Really?
But
Paroled.
He's just...
No, he's not. My dad's never been in trouble.
How old were you when he left your family?
Like 4.
Okay.
My mom left him, though.
Whatever.
And why?
Because he was
I don't
beating
know.
her?
They were abusive to each other.
Right.
Okay.
It was all Mom's fault, though.
No.
All right. So, listen, your dad abused your mom, so you found a guy.
My dad did not beat my mom.
You said they're abusive to each other.
Well, not physically, verbally and stuff.
Yeah. That's all. That's what you know. Believe me, verbally abusive is bad, too. But I would bet $1 million that he struck her on occasion.
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay. There you go. So, here's my point. Your radar's all off here, Sarah. Your compass is spinning around 1,000,000 miles an hour. You understand? If you're attracted to a guy, he's the wrong guy. You understand the concept?
Kind of.
Just like the first guy you're attracted to.
Bad guy.
Horrible man. Right. The second guy you're going to be attracted to is going to be horrible, too.
But the guy that you may find a guy you're attracted to, and when you get involved with him, find it boring and feel restless and cheat on him or act out in some way that sabotages
That's the guy you want to be with.
That's the guy you want to be with. The guy you want to cheat on.
The guy you...
Is that horrible?
The guy whose friend you want to have sex with more than him. Hey, so you got the 10-month-old. All right. What are you doing? Where are you living?
I live with my parents still. I'm still in school.
Good.
There you go.
All right.
That's the best thing you
Good.
told
Now,
us
don't
so
get
far.
pregnant again.
Oh, no. Definitely not.
Has anyone done anything to ensure that?
I'm not having sex.
Good.
Are you
I
taking
know,
a
but
pill?
you're between guys.
Well, I'm on the pill, too.
Okay, good.
Stay with that.
So.
All right.
All right. Find a guy you're not attracted to in any way and marry him.
Well, how am I going to do that if I'm not attracted
All
to
right.
him?
Then just take some time off. Listen, you're 17. You just had a kid. That's your focus. That kid is your focus.
That's it.
Take a couple years off and focus on him. Screwball families. And listen, let me tell you something. When I'm in charge, Drew,
Yeah?
these Sarahs of the world, not only do they get the North plant, but they get the homing beacon, too.
What's that going to do?
You know how they,
The boot?
they put that on, like, caribou and dolphins.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Stuff like that. They want to track their migration. They want to see
Right.
where they're going. They want to learn about their mating
Oh,
habits.
so we're going to study these people once and for all.
I just want to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
I want to know where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't we do a polar bear study? Just to finally figure out what's really going on.
Here's what I'm going to do, Drew. I'm going to put tracking beacons on everybody.
Everybody.
That'll be up to me.
All right.
And these will be the people that I consider in the danger zone. 17-year-olds like Sarah got knocked up when they were 15, who got knocked up some guy who was 23, who's in prison, whose parents are broken up or fighting, and dad's physically abusive. She gets the homing beacon, right?
Yeah.
And then I put, as I don't want them eating them corn dogs. And when they cross the threshold of that establishment, like the nudie bar or like the bar or like the liquor store, the beacon starts going off, and that's when my men roll.
I see.
You understand?
Yeah, kind of. Do the women have to actually get onto the stage before the beacon goes off?
No, just walk into the place.
You're assuming they're on their way.
Women or men.
Okay.
You understand? So the men, I do it for like the Price Club. You know, they buy in bulk there, you know. James.
Yeah.
You're 18.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I don't have a girlfriend, and I'm 18.
Mm-hmm.
That's
fine. I didn't have a girlfriend when I was 18.
Describes a lot of 18-year-olds.
True, had
Especially the
three of
males.
them. Not true, though. Oh, no, not true.
Mm-hmm.
Not Drew's truly. Hey, James?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have a girlfriend with your gift for gab.
Mm-hmm.
James, what's going on with you?
I don't know.
Are you depressed?
A little bit, maybe.
Sure. And people, women, particularly that age, don't like responsibilities, the men that are responsibilities. You know, they don't want somebody they have to take care of typically, or somebody that's going to bring them down.
Lisa's freaking out in there because it said stutters next to James' name, and I didn't see that. And I made, whenever I make fun of something and somebody, they always have some affliction that I end up looking like an a-hole about.
Yes.
Do you stutter, James?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh, is that why you're being kind of quiet?
Yeah.
All right. See, now I look like an idiot.
Do you believe that has anything to do with why you're not dating?
Well, yeah, sort of.
No.
Now, let me tell you a story. I'm trying to think of one. Here it is. I swear to God, the best-looking girl that I ever met.
When you were how old? Because if you're 14, it's a pretty small...
No. She was a couple years younger than I was, and I didn't meet her till I was 20, so, whatever. Just a friend of mine.
Yeah.
The best-looking girl. Her name was Samantha. I mean, she was a model. It was spectacular. Stunning. I mean, stunning. Her boyfriend stuttered.
A lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time stutterer. The best looking girl I'd ever seen from age, when I was age 20 to 25. Her long-term boyfriend stuttered like this gag, this gag teeth they have at the dentist office,
right.
When they wind them up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And he wasn't even particularly that good looking. See?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, was I pissed.
But, James, you need to involve yourself in something that makes you feel good about you, something so you have something to offer somebody else, and not worry about somebody else somehow fulfilling an emptiness within you.
I am kind of attracted to this one girl who's been staying over at my house a lot.
Why? Why has she been staying there?
She's been skipping summer school.
And just hanging out with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hanging out with who?
With me.
With you?
Yeah.
Well, she's not hanging out with a brother or sister of yours?
I don't have any.
Well, there's somebody that seems to be interested in you,
She
James.
may be interested in you, James.
That's what that means.
Well, I found out that she already has a
boyfriend.
Yeah.
How do you know? Where do you know her from? I mean, how did she just start hanging out at your house?
Well, I know her because she lives like a couple of houses away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. All right, well, maybe she's not the one.
But maybe she can introduce you to somebody who is good, who is interested.
What do you look like, James?
I'm about 6'4". Green eyes.
Oh, so I'm getting
wear glasses, 180 pounds.
No, that's perfect size. 6'4", 180, like a swimmer, like an Olympiad. James, you're fine. And listen, I don't know what to say about this stuttering thing. Here's the deal. Here's the God's honest truth about the stuttering thing. It's a bigger problem for you than it is for other people. And there's a handful of girls it's going to be a deal breaker for, and the rest won't care.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I have this theory that there's some women that will go out with a guy. The other second best looking girl I ever met went out with a guy with a wheelchair. I was about ready to kill myself. I'm home whacking. I said some sort of masturbatory indoor record. I got the one guy with the stuttering problem, the other guy rolling around in a wheelchair. The girl was Erica Eleniak.
Who's that?
From Baywatch. The blonde from Baywatch. She was like on the first, 5 seasons or what have you. This spectacular looking. She went on. Oh, for Christ's sake! I'm telling Drew about Erica Eleniak. Yeah. He didn't know Eric Roberts was the other day. For Christ's sake, I got to explain who Erica Eleniak is. But the point is this girl's spectacular looking, and her boyfriend from the age of maybe 16 to age 22, when you're talking about the prime, wheelchair, in an effing wheelchair. Yeah, he was all right looking guy. I mean,
It means something. Unless he was a superb person. It either means he was an incredible person or she needs...
I met him a couple times. He wasn't the world's greatest guy. He was an all right guy. He wasn't...
Were they going out before?
Wasn't Stephen Hawking. No, not... No. No. Wheelchair.
That's okay.
Yeah, but that's my point. Hey, Drew, don't give me that puss. She liked the guy.
Okay.
I think there's some women who, because of their nurturing instinct, wouldn't mind a guy. Men don't have this. I mean, a woman's in a wheelchair, she's busted. You know what I mean? Men don't think this way. I'm sorry to say, but they don't. Women, what do they want to do? They want to nurture. Here's some real nurturing.
Now,
you always know where he's at.
That's right. Hey, listen, you don't want him to cheat, you just tie a rope to the back of the chair and tie it to the radiator. He can't go anywhere.
And look, that doesn't mean that no men would go out
just
with...
take the wheelchair.
No man would...
Just dump him on the floor, that's right.
That doesn't mean no man...
You turn the TV on, for Christ's sake, of course.
That doesn't mean no man would go out with a wheelchair-bound woman. I mean, the general instinct of a male type, a male pig, would not be to do that.
I am saying if you're a guy and you have what society considers to be a flaw, you got a much greater shot of going out with a chick than I think you do if you're a girl and going out with a guy, a younger person especially.
Although, wouldn't you say that the impaired or the disabled or challenged woman would sort of be automatically screening out all the a-hole guys?
It is. It could be the greatest favor the guy ever God ever did him.
That's right.
Yeah. You explain to them why them being quad is a blessing, though, Drew. It's not going to be me. Sandy?
Hello.
Sandy?
Yeah?
What's going on?
Well, I'm 25, and I fall in love with the girl. I'm not her nanny anymore, but I watch her once in a while.
Well, let me say one more thing, Sandy. The third best looking girl I knew went out with the guy, no arms, no legs.
Yeah.
No, all right, okay. I'm lying about that.
What was his
name? Matt. All right. No, that's not true, but the wheelchair and the stuttering one is.
All right.
Go ahead, Sandy.
Well, and she's 13, and her brother used to live with her, and he used to take care of her, and then her dad asked me to see if I wanted to, watch her while he's at work, and I'm not sure, and, we used to smoke pot. We still do smoke pot together. And
you say it's a girl that you're looking after?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure the parents that has entrusted you with the child's care are just would be delighted with the fact that...
Do they give you weed money, or do you have to score for yourself?
No, they give her money. We would say we're going to the theater, they'll give her $20.
Oh, I see. Go buy weed, yeah. Because if you're buying the weed, you should be reimbursed, right, Drew?
Do you understand how illegal that is?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's why I'm,
All right, well, that's why she's calling.
Yeah.
I'll come down.
What else going on?
Well, then we started talking about, if we've ever kissed any other girls or had experience.
Oh, boy.
And we're all like, well, let's try it, because we're like, I bet kissing a girl will be better than kissing a guy, So we tried kissing, and we liked that. And then we're like, well, what about the sex part?
Yeah. I'm here to tell they're both better than guys. Go ahead.
Sandy, you're 25.
Yeah.
You are being entrusted with the care of a child.
I know. I believe me, I did not. We both of us, we didn't. We're like, oh, let's just experiment.
Sandy,
I mean, both of you.
You are the adult.
She's 13.
I
she
know.
is the child. This is not a both of us thing.
Now, it's
Sandy,
what?
Stop with the we. You are the adult. You are the caretaker. That is the child. She may have a lot of the attributes of an adult. She may behave like an adult, but that's not...
She doesn't look like 13. She looks like...
She
17,
is
18.
13, Sandy. She is 13.
Well,
but
we're both in love with each other, and we don't know what to do.
Well, you need to get out of there.
How? I mean, okay, but we...
You got a tunnel.
We know we're like, okay, this is not right. We would stop, calling each other, but... Either one of us would call each other, and then it would just go back in circles and circles.
Why don't you tell the dad about what's going on, see if he can help you out?
Hell no. He would kick my ass.
Hey, Sandy?
Yeah?
Hold on. Let me talk to Drew for a second. Talk about bad instincts as a dad.
Yeah.
This is Sandy. I talked to her for 5 minutes. I'm ready to have her arrested. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, parents, you got to have a little instinct going for you. This Sandy comes, she's chewing gum and smells of bong water. You know what I mean? Folks, where's your instincts? Don't you think you can suss people out, Drew? Drew's got the world's greatest nanny. They're like Gestapo agents. I called Drew's house the other day and she hung up on me. Hi, is Drew home? No. Is Susan home? No. Okay, could you jump click? My God.
Just as I instructed.
I swear to God. This woman is like a linebacker. But see, Sandy's funny because Sandy's 25 and sort of sounds like she's 16.
Yeah, of course.
But not with the little girl voice, more just with the mentality.
Yes.
She keeps saying we go to the movies, or we buy weed,
She treats the 13-year-old as though she is a peer, a 25-year-old peer, and she can't see the difference.
All right, let's get back with Sandy. Oops, hold on a second. Sandy.
Yeah?
So, what grade is this girl in? 7th grade?
No, she just graduated junior high. She'll be 14 in August.
She just graduated junior high.
So she's a freshman in high school.
Just to put it in context, I was...
junior high, that's the 8th grade, though.
Yeah, so she's a freshman.
Right. Just to put it in context, Sandy, at 25, I was a year out of medical school, okay?
I was a year out of Juliet.
Yeah, but understand, that would be like me in my residency dating somebody in junior high school.
You don't expect these things. You know, I didn't expect I'll ever do this with her.
Sandy?
Yeah?
It's not an excuse.
Huh?
It's not okay.
I know it's not okay. That's why I'm,
All right, so what have you done with her physically?
Everything. Almost everything. We want to do more.
Well, how can you do more if you've done everything?
Well, strap on a dildo and, do
Plus,
stuff
if
like that.
Sandy, please. Sandy, here's my theory. I'm not sure if there's a heaven, but I know there's a hell.
We're on it. This is Earth is hell.
What happened to you, Sandy? Who abused you sexually, and how old were you?
She's goofing. This isn't even a real call.
No. I was most of when I was younger.
Oh, this is real.
Oh yeah.
Don't you get those chills?
Yeah. Well, when the strap-on came out, I got a little.
How old were you when you first got sexually?
I got a minor thrill, but then the chill.
Because I've blocked a lot of things from when I was younger, but I'm thinking about 7.
7 years old.
I think it's happened more before then.
Do you have episodes even now where you sort of black out and don't know what you're doing?
When I was like with a man and I would, be having sex and stuff, and I would like freak out thinking it's,
the abuser.
Yeah.
You'd have a flashback.
Yeah.
But do you ever have episodes where you just wake up and, one day and you have new clothing and you don't remember buying it and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You see what I'm getting at here?
Huh?
I always wake up and I'm out of toilet paper and I'm pissed off because I swear to God I bought a roll the week before. But you mean she's got like a split personality?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You're multiple, huh?
Hey, San.
I don't think so.
Well, here's the thing. Here's Drew's theory, Sandy. When people are traumatized, horribly traumatized when they're young, they split off. Their personality fractions off, and it splinters. And so they actually have another personality because whatever happened to them was so horrific that the one personality they had couldn't cope with it. So what happens is you don't remember things, and there periods of time go by, and like I said, you sort of end up in different places wearing things you don't remember putting on. It's like being in a band, really, except for you don't get ASCAP checks.
Well, she's here, and she also wants to put in her feelings also.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to hold on.
All right, Sandy, we got to go. We got to take a break.
Okay.
All right, but don't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right, and don't do anything to her while we're on the break.
I'll try not to.
All right, and I bet she puts the little girl on, and it's Sandy when she's 13.
No, it won't be, but
that'd be a good move.
Well, listen, I mean, people, we have no skills in our society in terms of assessing people, and that dad, no skills. And were you surprised that we have a multiple here?
I wouldn't have necessarily picked out that she was a multiple, but I gotta think, and I'd like to think that I would pick out that there was something flawed, and I'm not sure what. Sort of a general, like that red light on your dash that flashes, and it just says engine. Mm-hmm. You don't know what the F is going on. You don't know if the fuel injection or the alternator, but it's time to pull over. That's what I'd be looking for. All right, we'll talk to Sandy's young protege when we come back.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, it's the Loveline.
What's
hey, Drew.
Up? What's up?
Loveline. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Ann was just saying in my ear that these girls who were talking to her like laughing.
I'm sure. This is not.
You're in though, huh?
I'll be very surprised. I mean, I get duped sometimes.
Don't think this is bogus, huh? Sandy?
No, April.
Oh, April. How old are you, April?
I'm 13.
All right. You Sandy's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't you scared someone's going to hear you on the radio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't want to stifle you. You're going into the 9th grade, right?
Yeah.
April's 25. And what's your deal that you'd, be attracted to a woman and all that kind of stuff?
I don't know. It's not. It's like. It's more like about experimenting and stuff. It's like.
No, you're well beyond the experimenting phase now.
I know, but.
Well, she's 13.
It went on.
What happened?
And.
What went on?
I mean, it's. You'll be on the phone for like 3 hours. So
give us a brief list. 5 highlights.
Well, my parents would fight all the time when I was younger, and they got a divorce, got back together, that whole scenario, and then it went into like, I don't know, just I was around drugs a lot when I was younger, and everybody expected me to go away from it, and it was really hard to, and it still is. It's like.
And you're a marijuana addict, right? You just pot regularly.
Yeah.
You love pot.
Yeah.
That's what marijuana is, by the way. Somebody who really loves the marijuana experience.
It's true that it's addicting.
You love pot?
It's true that
I enjoy it, yeah.
But I love it, is what most addicts will say.
Well, I love it, but I only love it twice a month.
I mean, I tried to score today, but it didn't happen.
All right. So, were you sexually abused too?
No way.
Physically abused?
No, mentally, mostly.
In what way?
Just being around fighting a lot, that I can't take it as I am at this age. I can't take arguing or anything like that.
How old were you when you first had sex?
When I first had sex, I'm still a virgin.
But this is that technicality again.
Actually, it was like me and my old, not my old boyfriend, just this guy that I met, and we were going to have sex, but it hurt really bad, so I decided.
How old were you then?
Off me. What?
You were how old?
13 still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, so, hey, all you people that are like 13, 14, 15, whatever, it's amazing what happens in a year.
Yeah.
Here, but hey, let me tell you, I got to be honest, between 33 and 34, nothing happens. I took a solid BM. I went down to the market twice. I saw a concert. And pow, 34. You know what I mean? And my poor grandma, between 84 and 85, nothing.
She didn't know it happened.
She got out of bed once. She watched a little TV. She got back in bed. She was 85. You're like 13. So I lost my virginity. The choir went, and we went to Europe on a choir trip. I fell in love, fell back in love, fell out of love. I learned to play the oboe.
My parents fought.
I learned Spanish. And then we went to Washington, D.C., and we met with the senator. Forget it. You get to be my age, you're lucky. I swear you're lucky I made a frozen dinner. Between 33 and 34, that's what I did. I thawed something out. But it didn't finish thawing before I turned 34.
34?
Oh, man, am I old.
That's not old. 85's old.
Nah, thank you. No, wait. Make it 86. My grandma would get pissed. Okay, so, so you're in love with, are you in love with Sandy?
Kinda.
If anyone doesn't know what the call is, Sandy's 25. April is her young ward. She is 13 years old. April's father hired Sandy to be like sort of a nanny, and as it turns out, you see that movie To Sir with Love?
Yeah.
What?
Buys her pot and sleeps with her.
Buys her pot and takes her out and does. Now you guys have had sex, right?
I wouldn't call it that.
Well, that's what Sandy said.
Well, yeah, I guess you could call it that.
And you guys were talking about involving toys and instruments and things like that?
Yeah, that was kind of a joke.
Oh, okay. But you guys have had sex?
If you want to call it that.
Well, oral sex?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet. Just a little touchy-feely thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't feel like you're being victimized in any way by this 25-year-old?
No, because it's mostly me, too. I kind of pushed her, too. It was a we decision, like she said.
Right.
What if she were a 25-year-old male?
And
you pushed it?
No, I wouldn't.
But let's just say
I wouldn't go with the 25.
Yeah. But let's just say it was, and you pushed it. How do you think society should respond to that?
I don't know.
Well, they put the 25-year-old in jail.
Well, then it wouldn't happen. Let's just put it that way.
It doesn't matter whether it's a male or female.
All right. Well, a little. Put Sandy back on the phone, would you, April?
Yeah.
All right.
Sandy.
That talk some sense into her.
To Sandy?
Yeah. Well, there's
They wanna
something
talk to you.
strangely erotic about the whole situation. All right. I can't help it.
Well, here's Sandy.
All right.
Nice
Thanks,
talking to
April.
you. All right. Later.
Yeah. April sounds older than Sandy.
Hey.
Sandy.
Yeah.
All right. We'd like to ask you to stop this behavior.
I would like to stop it too, but I can't. It's addicting.
Yeah.
It's hot. Everything's addicting.
I know, but you understand that someone who's been through what you've been through, you need to kind of address it and work on it a little and not just sort of act on it. Because it's a kind of a dead-end street, what you got going here.
No, it doesn't have to be that way.
Why?
If we do decide to tell her dad at the right moment, maybe when she's older, I mean, we ask for it or whatever, but you see all these guys going out with a 30-year-old, and they're 15, 13, and, yeah, people look at them as bad, but you know what, there's people out there that stay together, I don't know if
No, there aren't. No, there aren't.
Jerry Springer's not always the greatest example to cite when you're talking about healthy couples.
Anybody, I don't know where this is going to turn.
Right.
It could just turn in, okay, we got to, we're going to stop, whatever.
Yeah, but
if it just turns into something good, I want a pro relationship, hell,
Sandy,
why not?
You're 25. You address the situation as we and us. The deal is it's not that. That is a child, and you are an adult.
Yes,
and
I know that.
And that's why
you're required to
you
stop.
are the one who are compelled to do the right thing. Not only compelled morally, but in the eyes of the law.
The society will step in if you don't stop.
No, not if we say anything. When she's 17, hell, if we're, decided to go, through our relationship, and then she's 17 and a half, 18, whatever, then
all right.
we're
But
going to come out in the
now,
open.
Sandy, what happened to you again? Did somebody did a bunch of abuse to you?
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
when I
a
was
very young
but it
child.
doesn't have nothing to do with what's going on with us.
Oh, of course not.
No, it's just a happy coincidence.
It is.
Hey, who was it? Your dad?
No.
Lots of people.
Lots of people?
No, my brother.
Oh, your brother?
Yeah.
Where's he?
I don't know. I don't have nothing to do with them.
Okay. But there's no connection between you having a lesbian relationship with a 13-year-old and the abuse that you suffered.
And by the way, you didn't have to tell us that history without us knowing.
Hey, how come Drew guessed something happened?
Yeah, it's only people that have been through that, Sandy, that would behave like this. So, and I even figured on the multiple aspect too with all that. So,
all right. So, what do you do? What do you do with Sandy?
She goes to jail.
I know, but what if she doesn't get caught? Yeah, but this ain't Bonnie and Bonnie here. I mean, they're going to get busted pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, well, we told you our feelings on it, Sandy, and we would hope that anyone listening who's aware of this would intervene in some way, too. But other than that, I'm not exactly sure what we can do. Pete, you're 27.
How you doing tonight, gentlemen?
Good. And what is the moral we've learned from this fairy tale?
Don't mess around with 13-year-old girls.
Don't mess around with your daughters, everybody. Oh, boy. You mess around with your daughter or your son's sexuality, and they go, man, do they go south in a heartbeat.
Pete, what's up?
You're 25, you're diddling a 13-year-old, and you don't think another thing of it. Sorry, Pete.
That's okay.
The humanity. Okay, Pete, go ahead.
My question's for Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, for several years now, has had bowel problems, irritable bowel, gastrointestinal problems. She's had her gallbladder removed, and it just won't go away. She's had her gallbladder removed because it wasn't functioning properly for the longest time. She was nauseous and
Pete,
diarrhea.
Pete.
Yeah.
What do you got there, rock tumbler?
No, I'm just a little nervous, that's all.
There's a washing machine in the background or something.
No, just the air conditioning just kicked on.
Oh, okay.
Central air.
All right. Hey, Pete.
Yeah?
We got to go to break, but
No problem.
the reason I'm intrigued is because there's two words that were mentioned. One was irritable and the other was bowel. Which that means to me good gassing, right?
Well,
no, don't ruin it for me.
Okay, I won't.
All right. Hang on there, Pete. We'll go to break. Let the air conditioning kick on. And, hey, you know what I like, Drew? Well, I guess everyone throughout the country knows there's a serious heat wave going on. There's two things I enjoy about the heat wave. Every year, we're surprised. Every year, it is like we all just moved in from Juneau, Alaska, and everyone is just surprised and dumbfounded. Oh, my God. It is 108 degrees out in the San Fernando Valley. What's the date today, Drew?
July 16th.
July 16th.
That's when it gets hot.
It's 108 every July 16th in the San Fernando Valley, you jackasses. Don't act surprised. Every year people are just dumbfounded. They're amazed. Hey, we got a reporter out in the street. I'm standing on Ventura and Reseda Boulevard, Connie. It's you can see the bank billboard behind me. It says 106 degrees. Oh, I tell you, that's hot. But back to you in the studio. Try to stay cool.
We'll be the station to bring
there.
updates on the heat wave.
Later on, we're going to show you some stock footage of guys doing stuff when it's hot. You can see here the guys with the asphalt spreader. That's hot. Here's some guys that are up on a roof. Keep in mind it's 107 degrees. Keep in mind it's July, you idiots. Let me clue everyone in if they don't understand. Somewhere around June, it starts to get a little warmer, you know? There's even a point when we set the clocks back. It stays light longer. But anyway, it starts getting warmer around June, and then in July, it's even more warmer, and then August comes around, and it's hotter than ever. But then you know what happens, Drew?
It starts to cool down, then it rains.
Around September. Don't spoil it.
Shocking.
Don't spoil it for everybody, because there's more news to report. All right, and here's some tips when it's 108 degrees outside. Don't put a trash bag over your head and then tie a rope around your waist and then spread liquid tar on roofs. Don't do it because it's hot. And you know what you got to do? Drink water.
Boy, you've learned something from these news reports.
Another tip, after you drink a gallon of water, it's important to pee so you don't explode. All right, I'll be back with more hip tips on how to beat the heat.
I feel so liquidy. Really? Why?
You're listening to 2.1 KFMA.
All righty. We're in the middle of the heat wave, everybody.
But I assure you, these advertising agencies still get paid quite well for creating those PSAs.
Okay. We're just talking about the public service announcements and how lame and poorly conceived and constructed they are, because we hear them here at the radio station. And then I said to Drew, you know why they're so lame? Because they don't have to sell anything. There's no product behind them. We're just asking people to wear life preservers when they water ski, not to smoke pot, not to drink. But no one ever knows if they work or not, so they don't have to be good. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're Pepsi and you got these idiots doing these horrible commercials for you, you fire them immediately.
Right.
Let me just tell you how much I hate the heat. And let me just tell you in 45 seconds what my life used to be. Drew, you know I hate the heat.
Oh,
and
yes.
you know I start complaining about how hot it is here in the studio. And you know I start sweating like a mofo the second it gets over 70 degrees.
Yes.
And I'm just one of these guys, like a breed of dog. I'm a St. Bernard. Yeah. I freak out when it's hot. My life used to be this. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment on Laurel Canyon, and it's a big street, and there's not a tree in front of my apartment, and it was on the second story, and we had no air conditioning.
Facing the sun.
And it faced the west, and there was not a tree in sight, and the sun would just beat down, and the apartment was only 2 stories high, so I was at the top, and it would beat down with a flat roof on top of my apartment, and then I would see the sun until it sunk into the Pacific Ocean. Although I couldn't see the ocean. But I swear to God, it would go over the horizon about 8:30, and it would just be beating on the stucco of that apartment. That apartment would get up to 200 degrees, and there was no air conditioning. I had a beat-up truck with no air conditioning. And I used to work doing construction, and I'd be digging under some house, or I'd be demoing out some wall. And when you do construction, you make a mess. You guys picture a bunch of guys with their shirts off framing. That ain't construction. Construction is going into some old 30s apartment in East L.A. and tearing out some wall that everyone who built the place has been dead for 30 years. And there's these walls, and they're made of plaster. And as you start tearing the plaster off, it makes a big dust storm. So you put a mask on, except for you sweat through this paper mask. And you know, when you're really hot, try cupping your hand and putting it over your mouth and nose and breathing into it when you're really hot and doing physical labor. So you're full of dust and you're sweating like a pig, and all this stuff is sticking to you because you're sweating like a pig, so you have dust stuck all over your face. And you can't just work in shorts with no shirt because you're ripping out wood and you're ripping out plaster. You're cutting concrete with a carborundum blade. And then you get back in your million-degree truck and drive it into the center of the sun and try to sleep on a futon with a guy named the Wheeze, who doesn't seem to be bothered by the heat, by the way.
He weighs 12 pounds.
Weasel weighs 12 pounds. Yeah, big wind, 3-mile-an-hour wind kicks. You know, I'd turn the fan on and blow him right out the window. Man, was I miserable. I am so happy now.
Pete.
Yes, Dr. Drew.
You're 27.
Your wife has irritable bowel, and that...
It's been constant. Just about a year ago, they...
you understand that saying she has irritable bowel is like saying she has headaches? It's the same deal.
No, she's had irritable bowel.
Pete, it's the same thing as saying she has headaches.
Yeah, but she has irritable bowel.
I know. Irritable bowel is what we call a functional disorder. It's not really a medical illness.
Oh, it's not then?
No.
Because about sometime last fall, you had some guy on who must have been... He said he was smoking all this stuff and he couldn't come down. And he said something about smoking something called belladonna. And I remember you saying, it's a treatment for irritable bowel.
Yeah, all those. I'm sure she's been on a million things like that.
Most of the time it's just Phenergan or...
Yeah, but this is...
Does she break a lot of wind?
You know, I work second shift, so I really couldn't tell you.
I imagine she's a pretty emotionally unstable person, too.
Not really, no. Not really.
A little bit? Well, all women are a little bit off emotionally.
I mean, we have an 18-month-old daughter. I mean, you know, when she works, I work.
Now, your wife's seen a gastroenterologist, correct?
She has. She's had a scope through her throat and from the other end, too.
That's, you understand? That's
not at the same time.
Yeah, well, not at the same time, but one right after the other.
Imagine a meeting in the middle. Hi, how you doing? I'm the anal scope. Oh, I'm the throat scope.
But you understand that?
Hey, enjoy your work.
Pete, there's nothing dramatic about that. That is standard workup for abdominal pain. That's
okay.
all.
Is there any kind of treatment at all?
Yeah, it's all kind of Bentyl and Levsin and Bulk and these.
How come you work in the second shift? What's that have to do with you not knowing about her breaking wind?
Because I'm not home during the whole day. So, I mean, I see her for a couple hours in the morning, and by the time I come home, everybody's in bed.
Well, that's when I do some of my best work, Pete.
Well, I listen to you guys on tape delay, so tonight I listened to you on the way home from work, and it was yesterday's show.
Ah, I see. All right, well, that explains.
But I do catch the best 20 minutes of every show, I guess.
No, I mean, I do my best work farting-wise, not on the radio.
Oh.
Yes, it's all coming back to you now.
Yeah.
Pete's thick as a brick. All right, listen, Pete.
Yeah?
Drew doesn't have any answers for you.
Irritable bowel is a very common condition. It's functional. It's not dangerous. Never going to hurt her. Some people have it so bad that they actually occasionally need IV fluids and things. It can be quite intense, the diarrhea that goes along with it.
Oh, listen,
but
I would be a mess.
Her.
I'll tell you, I ate was it too much garlic the other day. I got a little pain in my abdomen. I started crying like a woman. I really did. I'll tell you, I am so regular, Drew.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I never have any pain down there. I'm just in great shape down there.
I'm glad that's important to you.
Know what I mean?
You seem to gloat about it quite a bit.
I crap. It looks like straw coming out of my ass.
There's a little energy there and that stuff, but go ahead. David?
Hey.
And Drew, don't lie to me and tell me that me taking three good solid movements a day is not
means nothing.
The epitome of health.
It means nothing.
And you you dropping a brick out once a week is not unhealthy.
No difference. Tell me what medical condition would ensue from one versus the other.
Anybody worth their salt knows that dookie floating around in your system for any length of time is not good.
What does it cause?
Hey. If I crapped and I crapped in your hand, would you walk around all day with it, or would you throw it out immediately?
It wouldn't hurt me.
All right, no, it wouldn't.
No,
I think it might. I think it might hurt the relationship you have with your kids.
David, what's going on?
You tried to hug them.
Yeah, Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, David.
All right, here's the deal. Well, it's kind of a long story, and it's actually very different from the usual mumbo jumbo you guys are probably used to.
All right.
All right. I'm extremely addicted to Vicodin.
Why is that unusual? That's a very common addicted.
Well, probably the reasons why. But you see, what I'm thinking here is what are the long-term like ramifications? What all bad can happen if you keep taking it?
Well, opiates really don't do anything particularly bad to people except cause a very severe form of addiction. Is one of the most serious addictions that there is, and Vicodin is one of the opiates and one of the more serious addictions that a person can suffer from.
Hey, if I open a gay bar, I'd call it ramifications.
The only...
Wouldn't that be a good name for a gay bar?
The only
the male sack is the other good one.
we worry that the acetaminophen, the Tylenol, and the Vicodin could damage the liver, but in my experience, it does not. And I've seen one case where a guy was taking 100 Vicodin a day, had sudden bilateral total deafness.
100. You can't get off on 50 Vicodin a day?
Yeah, that's a little extreme. I mean, you know.
Anyway, I've seen.
How'd you get hooked on the Vicodin?
Well, let's see. Well, I mean, I first took them off after like some oral surgery.
That's usually how people. This is the standard story, David.
Yeah. But then I was going out with this girl for 2 years, and she was killed by a drunk driver.
Mm-hmm.
And like we were just at the peak of like being in love.
And you remembered how the Vicodin relieved your discomfort and off it went. Well, that's how people get addicted to Vicodin.
All right, so then I started calming down with them, and I started going to school and everything.
The number one people use substances to begin with is to escape negative feelings.
All right.
That's where you start.
Yeah, for me, it's because my teeth hurt. So what should he do, Drew?
He has to be treated. Without treatment, this will not stop. It will get worse. And there will be other drugs to follow, if not more Vicodin.
You must get treatment. Shannon is 21. Boyfriend with whom she works has been ignoring her. They have a kid together. Shannon?
Hi.
All right. We don't have time to work this out.
Oh.
This is your job. You got a kid. You're in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Confront the guy. Explain how you feel.
Okay.
That's all. Sorry you're on hold for 60 minutes and we're making it quick. But there's really not much we can tell you here other than when you have a relationship where you have a kid, it's important that you communicate in that relationship. It's like mandatory.
Commit yourself.
Because you got a kid now.
You got to commit.
You understand? It's like, when you work around gasoline, you got to have a fire extinguisher nearby. You just do. There's certain things you have to do when you work in certain situations. And this is you got a kid now. So you can't screw around anymore.
Right. Hey, we got to go break. And I won't be here on Sunday or Monday, by the way.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
This is Loveline. Loveline will.
Hey, yeah, Loveline. All right. I want to thank everyone involved for doing a wonderful job tonight. We're running late, so
I will be seeing you on Tuesday next.
You will?
Yeah.
All right, where are you going? Taking the wife out?
It's our 7th anniversary.
Really?
Yeah.
Feels like 70, though, doesn't it?
No.
Huh? 70?
No, it's
17.
Self-sustaining. It's
17.
Nice. No, we've been together 15.
Oh, man.
In some, across 15 years.
Yeah. I was with you and your wife 15 minutes last weekend. I want to kill myself.
Where were we?
15 years
Where
at
were
the
we?
MTV thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't even hang out 15 minutes.
I'm embellishing for radio. Okay. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily those of the